The World Economic Forum holds its annual meetings in Davos, Switzerland, bringing together global leaders with a mission of improving the state of the world. Beritasatu TV is covering the forum from an Indonesian perspective. This is the year that also marks the 50th anniversary of the foundation of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. The World Economic Forum, in partnership with Indonesia's Beritasatu news channel, is holding a session titled Manufacturing Identity, Is ASEAN a Community Yet? The session aims to examine the remarkable progress that ASEAN has made in those 50 years, look at what the region represents today, and consider how it will continue to define itself in the future.
Today, I'm joined by a very distinctive group of panelists. To my left, His Excellency Nguyen Xuan Phuc, the Prime Minister of Vietnam, and to his left, one of the most senior Indonesian economists, currently Professor of International Economics at the University of Indonesia and former Minister of Trade of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Mari Elka Pangestu. To her left, one of Southeast Asia's most senior business leaders, the chairman of CIMB Bank, one of the truly few ASEAN companies in the region, and also chairman of the newly established World Economic Forum ASEAN Regional Business Council. And to his left, His Excellency Hun Sen, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, and to my far left, Dr. John Chipman, one of the utmost strategic thinkers and thought leaders in the world on geopolitics, and also CEO and Director General of the International Institute for Strategic Studies. So welcome. I would like to start with you, Mr. Prime Minister. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on perhaps if we can take a step back and share with us what are your views on the current state of ASEAN. Where are we today?
Well, the three pillars of ASEAN is political, economic, and culture. Those are the three pillars that we are promoting in order to ensure ASEAN's growth. Now, in terms of political aspect, the 10 ASEAN countries are trying and working to maintain an environment of peace and stability and unity, especially among the friendly countries, neighboring nations. And that is why we were able to maintain peace and friendship in ASEAN. Now, in terms of economic affairs, we have established the ASEAN Economic Community since the beginning of 2016, and currently the legal entity and also human are allowed to move freely within ASEAN, and economic trade and investment continue to grow in ASEAN every year. And each year, there is a flow of 2 million Vietnamese people to Cambodia, and in return, 1 million Cambodians travel to Vietnam every year. Now, from the cultural perspective, we are promoting cultural exchanges within ASEAN. There's the media is broadcasting and bringing the image of other ASEAN countries within our domestic audience to promote tourism and other aspects. So that shows the growth of the ASEAN community. This is a bloc of 600 million people and 2.6 trillion worth of GDP, and it is prospering in many aspects. And we all know that for every 11 people in the world, one of them is an ASEAN citizen. And ASEAN will continue to work together and to take very strong actions to promote our economy, to bring it to the level of the fourth largest economy in the world. And that is the vision of the 10 ASEAN countries.
Where do you see ASEAN's greatest challenges today?
Well, the challenge for ASEAN is uneven development, both in terms of economic and development in general. And there's a lack of integration into the world economy to promote our regional growth and also to catch up with other areas around the world. And the development gaps in ASEAN, especially among some of the group of countries in ASEAN, is something that we need to address, and we need to work together more closely to share with each other our experience in terms of policies and legal framework building.
Ibu Mari, if I can turn to you, share with us how you view ASEAN's current status, especially in the light of the broader economic and political trends occurring globally.
In the whole of the last few days that we've been in Davos, there's been a lot of doom and gloom, fear of protectionism, fear that the world trading system is looking inward, and things like that. So I think we should be grateful that in ASEAN, we are relatively optimistic that there is progress going on. In the history of ASEAN, normally what happens is that we're slow, we have long deadline, but then something happens, a crisis or an event perpetuates you to go faster. It's happened a few times. When we first created AEC, the deadline was 2020. Because everybody's so cautious and careful. But then it was accelerated to 2015, right? So, while we look like we're going slow, at the right point, I'm still optimistic that, we will be continuing to be opening up. And I think the leaders here will agree that in general, ASEAN is still about openness because that has been the stalwart of our development. And it's different from what's happening in US or Europe where there's a backlash against globalization. Our issue is more like what the Prime Minister was saying. It's all about inequity and uneven development, which can be addressed in the context of the openness and the economic integration. Just have to make sure that you have the right policies. And the final thing I would say is that, we all say this, but I would repeat it again, that the greatest value of ASEAN is the peace that it's brought in the region and the kind of the camaraderie that exists between the leaders and between the policymakers, and I would say between the business people as well.